What if the president, for example, who appears to have interest in running again in 2027, decides that he wants to do this after 2027?
It will be a grave mistake on his part. It will be better. I mean, I've written personally, so it's better for him to finish this one term, prepare foundation for a good Nigeria. What do you want to do with second term? To do what? To award more contracts? To give more jobs to the boys? What is it about? President do award contracts in other countries. He has done enough. He has achieved his lifelong ambition of being number one. We are not reinventing the wheel. A lot of preparation has gone into this event. Right. There are many documents out there. They are having full-fledged constitutions that are out there. You see, the way we are structured now, we are unitary, everything coming from Abuja. By the time we decentralize a little bit, give some function to the federating units. You need to go to Abuja to repair your road, to do your hospital, to do your secondary school. Many of those things I believe will be tackled with the level of expertise, level of experience of people invited. We waste money on unnecessary things because we just do things as if it's a party, as should be, and all that. And there's no funds now to do real development because we like to take everything as a show. If you are patching a dress in 39 places, why not sew a new one? A major element of this summit, I hope, will be that there ought to be a referendum. In fact, if that's all we can take to National Assembly, please approve referendum clause. This is a new push. It's not piecemeal. It's a new push, and with the array of people assembled from all parts of Nigeria, I don't think they can be ignored. What has happened in the last 1 week has shown the color of the political class, that they don't, with respect, they don't believe much in anything except personal survival.
This national political summit, which I understand is slated for the end of May,
28, 29,
is obviously going to revolve around how to keep the multitude of ethnic groups in Nigeria united and reasonably happy. I mean, is that going to be possible?
Well, unity in diversity, unity in decentralization, unity in self-determination of various groups.
Yeah, but you're going to do that in 2 days. I mean, your summit is scheduled for 2 days.
We are not reinventing the wheel. A lot of preparation has gone into this event.
Right.
There are many documents out there. They are having full-fledged constitutions that are out there. And in this summit, we have 2 separate sessions with experts on political reform and electoral reform.
Right. So you've already got documents. It will be a matter of presenting those documents.
And so whether the House can endorse what has been talked about.
Right.
Nothing is new. It's not to reinvent the wheel. But when you have this group of Nigerians from all walks of life, and they're able to say, we want this, we want regionalization, we want decentralization, we want parliamentary versus... It's a matter of just ratification of the ideas.
I see what you mean. And so breaking it down further, the summit will revolve around a more democratic constitution, which itself will revolve around how equitably resources are divided and how fairly people from one group are treated nationally compared to another. In those circumstances, how do you promote systemic equity and prevent bitterness? Because there'll always be people who feel that maybe because of their minority status or maybe because of their ethnic status or something, that there's going to be they won't quite get what they're looking for.
You see, the way we are structured now, we are unitary, everything coming from Abuja. By the time we decentralize a little bit, give some function to the federating units. You need to go to Abuja to repair your road, to do your hospital, to do your secondary school. Many of those things I believe will be tackled with the level of expertise, level of experience of people invited. We'll see the merit now that we are better off if we are able to design a new framework that will allow various tendencies to have a voice in the sun. And if that happens, you will not be shouting Abuja, Abuja again. You might be shouting Enugu, shout Ibadan, shout Jos, shout Kaduna.
So it goes from the macro to the micro.
Absolutely.
And even further.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm optimistic that I'm in the secretariat. I'm optimistic that with the thinking people that assembled, they will come up to a very good decision that are nationalistic, that the country will be very happy with ultimately.
So basically you guys got tired of waiting for the federal government to convene another sovereign national conference, and you decided to do it by yourselves.
And it's a very cheap option. In fact, the old 2014 was very wasteful. The idea, even as at 2014, the issues are known. And so now civil society is now saying we don't need to spend 400 billion to pay for an housing. A lot of work has been done and will be done towards this 1 month's time. The conference will be to ratify, to consider and ratify. So it's a very cheap option. It's an example of how you want to manage the politics so that you don't waste money needlessly. We waste money on unnecessary things because we just do things as if it's a party, I should be, and all that. And there's no funds now to do real development, because we like to treat everything as a show, This is a no-show event. It's a thinking event. It's for intellectual discourse on issues. And I'm optimistic that we're going to get something good after May 29.
But I mean, reading your release there, what I'm seeing is that you said you're going to present it to the federal government. And that presentation, when you say federal government, one presumes you're presenting it to the executive and not the National Assembly.
Both.
Because the National Assembly is already having its own constitutional review committee at the moment. I mean, how is yours going to gel with what they're doing?
With much respect to the National Assembly, they are the lawmaking body. They represent the sovereignty of Nigeria, no doubt. But Nigerians must know that in 1999, they've just been doing things at their own pace, and the country is deteriorating. Last time, there are 39 amendments proposed. If you are patching a dress in 39 places, why not sew a new one?
Yeah, but there's no guarantee they're going to accept what you're doing.
Well, in everything, it's the people. If this effort that Chief Ayoko is leading comes out in maybe 2 months' time, then the polity will be clear who is in national interest. Is it the politicians for politics or the people for governance? The choice should be so clear.
Yes, but how much do the people who are going to attend that summit represent the Nigerian people? I mean, you've talked about the fact that the 2014 National Conference, I mean, a lot of money was spent, but it was certainly very representative. I mean, but yours isn't, is it?
This one, I am thinking there will be the issue of referendum that will be introduced. Any document that you produce must still go to the people for ratification. So a major element of this summit, I hope, will be that there ought to be a referendum. In fact, if that's all we can take to National Assembly, please approve referendum clause. Let the people be consulted formally about whatever will happen. And we have enough time to do that between now and December 2025, so that the next election will be based on a new governance framework.
Well, wouldn't it make sense to give it to the National Assembly, which would then go through it and, using its own processes, go through, sort of get the 2/3 of the state assemblies and all the rest of that?
Absolutely. Actually, but for this problem in National Assembly, Petros was already geared to meeting the Senate and House of Reps in the last 1 or 2 months. That's in the work. So the Petros is not oblivious to the fact that National Assembly is there.
Yeah.
So they are geared towards
the legal.
They are geared towards it. They are tuned to it.
Right.
The National Assembly have to be persuaded to say this is a new push. It's not piecemeal. It's a new push, and with the array of people assembled from all parts of Nigeria, I don't think they can be ignored. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the profile is very high.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of the people that you've got there.
Very high.
They're very high-profile people, but I hope the government won't see it from a political point of view.
Well, if you don't trust somebody like Angu Abdullah, you don't trust Akin Fapohunda, you don't trust all the people named there, who else does Nigeria have? If you don't trust Meka Anyaoku, who do we have? We have nobody. This represents the best of the country. if the best of the country outside the government saying this is what we are seeing, this is what Nigeria should do,
and these are trustworthy responses,
and they are not interested in politics.
Yeah.
Even me, as well as I'm not interested in any political office at all. I've passed that stage. So Chimo Ayoko has also passed that stage. So all people involved, they are past.
That's a reasonable argument.
Yeah, we are not interested in governor, senator. No, it's in public interest for Nigeria to undertake a course correction so that we can just start on the right course.
And a lot of people have talked very much and very loudly about that 2014 National Conference report that laid the groundwork for a new, more inclusive constitution that would reform how Nigeria is governed. How much is that going to feature at that political summit?
Well, the 2014 confab idea was good as at 2014, but we are now in 2025.
Yeah, but you can dust it up and,
agreed.
And, bring it up to date.
Yeah, it will be a foundation. The secretariat, we have to look at it. All the other conferences,
well, you're saying you have to look at it. One would have thought that you'd be looking at it by now.
No,
May the 28th is literally 28 days away.
No, we prepare document for the summit itself is the decision-making body.
Right.
Secretariat will prepare, and we are preparing documents to lay before them.
Right.
You understand? So all previous conferences, all the consensus ideas we brought up, say these areas have been agreed. These are the contentious issues, and these are formulation for solution for them. That's why the confab is very easy to manage. We are not reinventing the wheel at all. For example, the confab said they need to create 38 more states. That's no longer tenable because do we have the funds to have 52 states with 52 governors? That was the confab 2014. That has to be revisited apparently. And it's good to prepare a 1-2 page argument to say we cannot sustain that again.
I agree.
And yeah, that's it. It's so straightforward in my mind and in the minds of all the people connected with this summit. So
there's a vast difference between the people that you have mentioned, the Emeka Anyokus and so on and so forth, who are connected with this summit, who are trying to organize it, and the political class who are running the country. And who are in charge of the National Assembly. Has it occurred to you that what you're doing might not be in their political interest?
Well, we are speaking to the nation. What has happened in the last 1 week has shown the color of the political class, that they don't, with respect, they don't believe much in anything except personal survival. So do you want to continue on that basis or not? This will be a big fight. Nobody gives power just like that. The summit is going to give intellectual foundation for the change necessary. It's now left for the people now to say, see the government, they are working 1999 constitution. We now have an alternative framework to consider. So the summit is not going to end in May. It's beginning of the fight for the soul of Nigeria.
Okay.
Beginning of the fight.
Welcome back to Local Journal, my people. This issue of restructuring and regionalism, no be today naim Dr. Akin Fapohunda and Chief Emeka Anyoku, they struggle to ensure say we achieve this thing for inside this country again. He don't take where Chief Emeka Anyoku don't they talk this thing, and he don't take where he don't they do underground work to ensure say Nigeria get this regional government where everybody they clamor for. Because say the situation of the country today no they palatable at all. Everybody they cry up and down, and insecurity now be the order of the day. Things don't make sense for plenty people at all because of how difficult the system of democracy where they practice for inside this country be. So now then they talk say restructuring and be regional government now be the way to go. The likes of Pa Ayo Adebanjo and Sir Edwin Clark, they've been talk about this thing. They've been the clamor for this restructuring and this regionalism matter before they die. And amongst them, we've been fervent about this regionalism and restructuring matter. Naimbi Chief Emeka Anyoku, and he continue to stand on the ground to ensure say this thing come to fruition. And for Dr. Akin Fapohunda, No be today na into don start about this regionalism matter. Im don prepare so many documents to ensure say political experts and technocrats go fit work on am so that we go fit get good structure of government for inside this country. And now come on the 28th through the 29th day of May, these patriots go hold national conference so that they go fit deliberate on this salient issue. Then go talk about so many things and how to achieve this restructuring about this regionalism matter for inside this country. Though many Nigerians dey reason say one of the stumbling block of this restructuring abi this regionalism matter na President Bola Ahmed Tinubu second tenure ambition. However, on top of this one, Dr. Akin Fapohunda im take im time answer the question and im talk say this one no go fit be challenge for them because if dem reach the bridge, they go cross the bridge. Im talk plenty things inside the video, so I go play the remainder of the video so that we go listen to everything wey im talk for inside the video. But before that one, if today na be the first time wey you dey visit our channel, abeg make you like, make you share, make you subscribe.
Yeah, but what if the president, for example, who appears to have interest in running again in 2027, decides that he wants to do this after 2027?
It will be a grave mistake on his part. It will be better. I mean, I've written personally. So it's better for him to finish this one term, prepare foundation for a good Nigeria. What do you want to do with second term? To do what? To award more contracts? To give more jobs to the boys? What is it about? President don't award contracts in other countries. He has done enough. He has achieved his lifelong ambition of being number one. So does you have to be 20, 30 years on the desk to be able to prove it? Well, I still believe in a sense of nationalism, a sense of propriety, that by the time the outcome of this summit comes out, he will read the writing on the wall to say, look, is it really worth it? The country is being held down for personal reasons. The country has given him enough. I believe he will have a normal sense of...
Obviously, we don't know the content of that constitutional bill that will emerge from the national political summit.
I can give you... many things are wrong.
Because, for example, I wonder how it would affect the presidency as it's constitutionally, as it's currently constituted.
Supposing we cannot fund bicameral legislature. Suppose we cannot fund presidency with 50 ministers.
Right.
So that has to change. If that changes, supposing we now say parliament system where ministers from parliament, not job for the boys. If there's consensus on that nationwide, it has to change. Well, the only way it might be president, who knows? Prime minister, who knows? But I cannot preempt what the summit will decide. Do I have ideas at the secretariat? But I know that fundamental changes in the polity, that things will not be the same again.
And it is your belief that what comes out of this political summit will be indispensable to the future of this country?
If we don't do something this May, June, July, and we go into 27 election the way we are going now, we are sleepwalking into more trouble. If in any case, the country is owing 141 trillion naira debt now. If you don't really bring down government costs substantially, we are just going into oblivion as a country. The handwriting will be seen on the wall. I know that for sure.
Right. So what is the overarching vision that you think will predominate at this national political summit and will unite Nigerians in that vision? What do you hope?
My hope Nigerians will see the sense that we are just in the wrong track. We need to do course correct. If you try something for 1999, and it's not beginning progress, we are still nascent democracy. And it's so expensive, it's so wasteful. This time we try something else. Only a fool will keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and still pray to God as we used to do, that God will help us. Of course, God will not help us if we don't do what is right. So the government has to be simplified. We don't have this executive governor, executive president with SUVs all over, where there are no chairs for students in the schools. The roads are bad. All states now are launching airlines because they cannot travel on the road. Enugu State, Akwa Ibom State, they are all launching airlines. But common people are going by road, and the roads are terrible. So if you cannot make a choice now to say, let us do things in favor of the masses themselves have to fight for their own rights. Nobody will fight for them. I believe the suffering we are going through now is sufficient for people to wake up, to know that governance is a very serious business.